Hi guys, welcome back to DeFi Daily. Today we will try to dig inside the different metrics in order to understand what is the state of art right now of the DeFi. I will use different tools in order to understand what are the trends that are going on and also what we can expect about DeFi. Is DeFi growing? Is just in a phase that is quite suffering? What is the reality about DeFi? And this is something that we will discover together in just a moment. Just before to start, remember that this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, great, but do always your own research first. And remember, if you like this kind of content, the best way to stay updated is to subscribe to the channel, leave a big thumbs up and drop a comment. Okay, let's start immediately. I want to start with DeFi Lama. In order to understand what is the state of art right now of DeFi, we can use the metric of the total value locked in order to understand where we are right now. As you can see, in this moment, the total value locked is just around 170 billion. I'm using this number and not double count just to have a more clean overview about how much cryptos are locked into the DeFi ecosystem. The reality is that the trends, as you can see, are quite close and there is not a big difference. So we can use either one or the other one. So right now we are 170 billion. That is around a 10% away from the maximum. So if we try to compare this chart to this other, that is the market capitalization excluded Bitcoin, it looks like that DeFi is in a better situation than just what we can see on altcoins. Because if we try to check it from the maximum in November to where we are right now, we are down by 35%. So it looks like the DeFi is in a better situation. The reality, if we try to dig inside, is slightly different. Because as you can see, the altcoin markets had the top around the 8th of November. If you try to check on DeFi Lama, you will see that the top was around the 8th of December. So even if the market since the 8th of November to the 8th of December, it is right here, has gone down by around 30%. The total value locked inside the DeFi ecosystem were increasing. So what does it mean? Remember that if the price of cryptos is decreasing and the total value locked inside the DeFi is increasing, it means that the amount of the flow that is going inside the DeFi is doubling, because remember that usually if the price of cryptos is going down, also the DeFi total value locked should go down because we are checking the value in dollar. So it means that if inside, let's say, curve, there is around $100 in Ethereum, and if Ethereum goes down by 10%, in that moment we will have around $90 into curve. Obviously, when we are talking about DeFi, it's slightly different because into the DeFi ecosystem, we have also stable coins that are not suffering this kind of volatility. That's also the reason why in the moment when the market has gone down, because even from December to the bottom, the price has gone down by another 40%. This is not what we are seeing here into the DeFi total value locked, because it's gone from 108 million, something like that, to 140. So it means around 40 billion, that is like 25% down. So if the market were going down 40%, the DeFi market was going down by around 25%. And that's the same story in the moment when we are looking at this increasing in value into the last couple of weeks. The market, the reality is that hasn't recovered again. It is just increasing, I'm referring to the last couple of weeks, just because the price of cryptos has gone up again. As you can see from the bottom to where we are right now, the price is up by 35%. And that's the reason why we are again back here. What I want to say with this brief analysis on DeFi Lama, and after that we will move to other tools to try to verify this kind of hypothesis. The hypothesis is that the DeFi season were until the end of November. Since that moment, the market into the DeFi ecosystem has started to suffer a lot. That's the reason why also we are seeing many tokens, DeFi tokens going down. And it doesn't matter that, for example, if we try to check here, and this is something that maybe we will go deeper inside in another time. But as you can see, many new blockchains, new ecosystems are growing. But the reality is that even if Ethereum is not the only one ecosystem as it was at the beginning. We have Terra, we have Phantom, we have Solana, we have Near, we have Aurora, we have Kronos. We have so many ecosystems that are growing. And we have so many different protocols that are just starting right now. With so many ecosystems that are pushing right now, the expectation would be a growth into the total value locked and a new season, DeFi season. The reality is that we haven't seen this kind of season. And the fact is even more clear in the moment when we are trying to check the protocol revenues. Here, for example, this is an annual chart. And if we try, we can expand it also. As you can see, the peak was around the May 21. In May, the amount of revenues that the protocols were producing was even doubling where we are right now. And just to check it, look at here. In May, we were just here, much below in terms of total value locked. What does it mean? It means that since May to where we are right now, yes, there has been an increasing in interest around DeFi, but the reality is that we haven't yet seen the big explosion as we have seen from the end of December until May 21. And the same is confirmed also by this chart, total revenue. This is Token Terminal. That is another tool that I highly recommend you to give a look if you want to stay updated and check how the different metrics are changing. And the same story appears also from another chart. If we try to use Token Terminal to check the revenues of protocols, you can see that we had a peak in May where everyone was talking about DeFi, everyone wants to go inside DeFi. That was just the week before the big dump. Also, this kind of spike usually is another sign of a possible dump, because in the moment when there is so much hype, a dump is much possible, is probable. On the other side, there is a reversal sign where all these kind of new protocols are growing, new stuff are coming, but the reality is that the volume is not so much, because yes, right now we are in April and we found a bottom around March, but the reality is that the amount of revenues that protocols are generating right now is quite low. And that's also the reason why many token protocols are suffering so much. Because remember, the value of a token is related to the ability to generate yield. And the reality is that right now, protocols are not generating so much revenue. And the reason is because there is not so much volume in terms of exchanges or in terms of how many the protocols are used. Most of the time, they are just locking cryptos inside. Also in this market phase, much more stable coins are used compared to other kind of cryptos. So what we can understand from all of these metrics is that in this moment we have, first of all, an increasing in number of blockchains and new ecosystems that are coming out. But on the other side, there is no real growth in terms of total value locked, and plus the revenues of the different protocols is not increasing but is decreasing. Right now it looks like we found a bottom, and it is possible that from now on we can expect sooner or later, we can't predict when it will happen, but it's much probable that after this so big work, in order to create new protocols, new use cases, it is possible to see a big pump, another big summer, DeFi summer, where all the DeFi protocols can literally explode. We are like just sideways, even if in terms of fundamentals, DeFi is growing. So we have this kind of disalignment between the fundamentals of DeFi that are growing and the revenues and the total value locked that is decreasing. Sooner or later, this kind of divergence will be fulfilled, and we can expect a big pump into the DeFi space. Let me know what do you think about this metrics. What are your thoughts about the future of DeFi and also the future of the price of the different tokens and the total value locked inside the DeFi ecosystem? Remember, if you want to stay always updated, just subscribe to the channel, leave a big thumbs up and drop a comment if you want to also help me. And I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye, guys.